Worthy Sacrifice, D-Class, thank you so much. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. For this video, we're going to be working on how to solo the event. A couple of you have commented having a little bit of trouble. So I wanted to work on a build that should be pretty easy to just sit back and farm the tokens for the upcoming gadget and whatever else there is to get. And to get the tower if you haven't already got it. Now, for the loadout, for gadget-wise, we have Strange Slime and Lightning Bolt. And then towers, we have Tickle Monster, Able, GOC, Dr. Gerald, and D-Class. At the beginning of this first wave, we're just gonna go 2 Ables right here in this corner. There we go, and we're gonna try to keep them as close as possible. On this first wave, you don't really have to worry about anything. You can even use your buff just to hurry up and kill the enemies faster. Nothing too much on the first wave. On our second wave, we're gonna get our 3rd Able. We're gonna hug them on this side. There we go. Now there's gonna be a group of enemies that are a lot closer than the normal ones. So coming up on that cluster, you can go ahead and use your Strange Slime to buff and kill those guys a lot faster. Now in wave 3, we're gonna take our GOC and we're gonna hug the lane that the enemies follow. We're just gonna put them right outside the boundaries of it. We're gonna put another GOC on the left-hand side. And with this bat, you can use your lightning to go ahead and kill the bat. That we don't have to worry about it. Now, then wave 4, we're just going to keep trying to get the rest of our GOCs. We're going to go to the right of it. And we're going to put one on the back left-hand side. Same with this one. On this bat, you can buff to go ahead and kill that guy. And by the time that your lightning comes up, the other bat should be coming up here and past these enemies. 2, 1. And then use your lightning bolt on the second bat of wave 4. And then your Strange Slime should be up for the very final bat. Now we can get our final GOC. And we're going to pick up a bleed on one of our Ables. We're just going to go ahead and buff for this wave. We're going to get another Able to bleed. And the reason why we have D-Class is for this reason right here. But if we only have one bat to get by, then we can just use our Lightning Bolt to snipe the enemy. There we go. Now coming up on the Iron Shell, we don't really have to worry too much. What we'll do is we'll get our 3 Dr. Geralds. We can go ahead and skip this wave. Get our cash. And then those should take care of the iron shells. We're going to go for our last bleed on our 3rd Able. On this bat that gets by, you can use your lightning bolt. Now the Dr. Geralds are taking care of the iron shells. You can go and buff to kill this last one. Or get it low enough for the Dr. Geralds. We're going to place our Tickle Monster near the end of wave 6. Right here in this corner behind this GOC. That way our Geralds are covered. And we're going to upgrade one of them. Now, if you want to, you can help out your Dr. Geralds by stunning them or slowing down the pace at which they're going. I'm going to kill that one off. Just pay attention with your gadgets and the enemy's placement and see if you need to add anything or go snipe something down with your lightning bolt. Or place a D-Class. On this Able that we just placed, we're going to go ahead and get the final bleed on him. That way we can help kill these orbs. Goodbye. We're not too worried about the iron shells. We're worried about the bats and the orbs right here. That's our main target. The Dr. Gerald should be able to take care of the rest. Now, once you have final bleeds on your Ables, we're going to start working on our GOCs and getting them to their level 2. Buff when needed. On cooldown, basically. It's really good when they take their time to stun out one of our towers. That way we can get as much damage in as we can. And if one of the orbs get by, all you have to do is take your lightning bolt or place a D-Class. Now that we have the money, we're going to start working on getting our GOCs to upgrade it to level 2. We have a Tickle Monster down, we have 3 Dr. Geralds, and we have 4 Ables. That's where you should be at right now. Now by the time that orb gets by, we'll have our lightning back up, so we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. And if you wanted to, you could place a D-Class, but you should be fine. So we'll just sit up here, scoped out, and then we'll see how far this orb gets. We're going to go ahead and buff our towers over here while we're gone. Now with the skip round thing, you can throw down a lightning thing, use it, and then skip, and it'll be back up for you to use again. Go ahead and upgrade our GOCs. Just when you get the cash, upgrade your GOCs. It's fine, we're doing good. No worries on these guys. We should be able to stun them out. And if not, that's why we have the D-Class. We can just take one and place it down like right here. Now when we get this lightning bolt, we're gonna stun. We're gonna skip. And that'll knock off some time that we can get it back up for us to use. And then these guys are gonna take their time to hit the D class. I'm gonna kill that one off. That one's gonna get by, that's fine. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I wasn't paying attention with my strange slime, keeping everything buffed. Alright, we have 2 more GOCs and then we should be fine. And our main goal right now is just trying to get these GOCs leveled up. Alright, now we're coming up on 1 more. At that point, we're going to want to try and put a point into our Tickle Monster. And if you want to, you can go ahead and use your Lightning Bolt early on some of these orbs to go ahead and knock off that shield. Because those guys have a huge shield and we can't ignore it like the Dr. Gerald with the ground units. So we're going to have to work our way through it. And that's what I should have done earlier. We wouldn't have taken that hit. Alright, our last GOC. Now we're going to start working on our Tickle Monster to at least get him to level 3. I'm just going to go ahead and buff right here to see how fast we can drain these orbs. Hopefully we can drain that shield. Nice. Once the shield's gone, they're really easy to kill. These Dr. Geralds are making light work of the iron shells for us. Not much to worry about at the very beginning. I think actually the very beginning is the only part that we actually have to worry about anything. Alright, we got him to level 3. That's looking good. Now what we can do once we have our Tickle Monster level 3, we can get our the rest of our Dr. Geralds to level 2. Once the Ables are able to start applying the bleed, the giant reptilians aren't even that big of a deal. And even if they do get by, our Dr. Geralds are right there. Alright, we got the rest of our Dr. Geralds to level 2. Now we're going to start, we want to get our final upgrade on our Tickle Monster for the damage buff. Alright, we're 9-4, we need 14-9. Yeah, 14-9 for the final buff. So now our final goal, we have our Ables level 2, our GOCs level 2, our Dr. Geralds level 2, our Tickle Monsters level 3. We're wanting to get them to level 4. I haven't been using my gadgets that much, but if you want to, go ahead. We're coming up on enough money to get them level 4. And at that point, we're going to max out our Geralds. Remember, you can use your Lightning Bolt or your Strange Slime to go ahead and clean these guys up really quickly. Alright, we got our final upgrade for Tickle Monster. Now we're focusing on our Geralds. On clusters of enemies like this, if you want to, just to be safe, you can buff. You can save your Lightning Bolt for like a safety net to see if you have to snipe anybody near the end, if anybody gets through. And when you get enough money, just keep upgrading your Dr. Geralds. Might work. Might work. Got enough money, we're going to upgrade our Dr. Gerald. And then from tier 3 Dr. Geralds, we're going to start working on tier 4s. And just to help us out with like the stuns and see if we can get the orbs to like latch onto one of our towers, we're going to place some D-class down. Just a few. Use our slime. See, latched on. Now with the beasts, I know a lot of people have problems with the magma beasts. They're going to be really super light work here in a minute due to our Dr. Geralds. We won't even have to worry about them. Alright, go ahead and pick up a tank. And that's our main focus right now, is just getting tanks on the board for those magma beasts. For this cluster of enemies, you can buff if you want to, and you can save your lightning bolt if we need a snipe. Same thing coming up on this cluster. We can just use our slime to help clear these guys out. And then every time you get enough cash, make sure to upgrade your Dr. Geralds for the magma beasts. You don't want them running by freely because you want to win. Alright, there we go. Now we just need one more Dr. Gerald and we'll be fine. Remember just to pay attention to the enemies and pay attention to your gadgets, the cooldown on them. Once you get enough money, upgrade all your Dr. Geralds. Boom. Final upgrade. Now we can start working on our GOCs. And just whenever you get the cash, go ahead and upgrade one of them. We can go ahead and buff throughout these orbs. Now we can... Here's an example of the tanks working on the magma beasts. The Dr. Geralds are just going to completely ignore that armor that the magma beast has, so we don't have to worry about it buffing or anything. Our tanks will just run them over. There we go. Now let's start working on our GOCs now. Again, don't worry about the magma beasts. They're not even a problem at this point. If you have 3 Dr. Geralds on the board with a slime or a tickle monster, you're fine. Keep working on our GOCs when we get the cash. Don't even have to worry about the magma beasts. Oop, he's gone. So the orbs also work with the boss. We're just sort of like using these guys as magnets and like bait. D-boy, actually right now. We can give him some extra drip. Alright, our final GOC that we need. Oh, I can't click it. There we go. And then we can start working on getting level 4s for our GOCs. That magma beast was wanting to take his time. We're coming up on wave 20. At this point, should have max Ables, level 3 GOCs, a max tickle monster, Max Dr. Gerald's. You can start maxing out GOCs now. Once you get Ables to their bleed, that's all you have to worry about. Ables are really just there for our early game to help us get our Dr. Gerald's and our GOCs on the board. And at this point, you really don't have to worry about anything. Just maxing out your GOCs. Making light work of those guys that tank. Alright, remember, on a cluster of enemies like this, don't be afraid to... You can even use your lightning if you wanted to on these guys. But, don't be afraid to, like, use your slime. When you get the cash, just go ahead and upgrade your GOCs. And those guys get absolutely drained. Even if those guys make it by, you have your tanks as your safety net. We have one more GOC coming up. And at that point, we have everything max. And we're on wave 22. We didn't use a golden gadget. We didn't use coffee machines. Now, the only thing with the boss coming up is you want to keep your strange slime on cooldown on your towers. You want to use your lightning bolt. And you want to make sure he doesn't kill any of your Dr. Gerald. If he does, just replace him. We can go ahead and get our final upgrade on our GOC. And at this point, I just save my money. That way we can see if we need to replace anything. Because we're going to lose money if something gets killed. And we're also going to lose money if we have to sell stuff. We won't have the same amount. Use our lightning bolt when we can. We're going to start buffing. We're going to start buffing now that we can go ahead and see if we can burst that guy down so we can start working on these. Right there, D-Class like did its job. Worthy sacrifice, D-Class, thank you so much. When you can, just pay attention to your cooldowns on your strange slime and your lightning bolts. Okay, well, who's he going for? He's going for a GOC. That's really rude, sir. Just gonna max him out as much as we can. Boom, we got enough money, so we're gonna keep going. Okay, he's going back. He's going back for another GOC. Just pay attention to what's happening. Alright, we're gonna buff again to help these guys out. Okay, he phased in. So we're gonna put D-Class down to like slow his movement down in hopes that his attention will be grabbed from something else. We can buff if we want to. Use our lightning bolt. But really we're just waiting for our tanks to come run this guy over with. And that should be the final one. There we go. Light work. And that's the way that I found the easiest. You really just got to go in order with your stuff to solo the event. Now, if you wanted to, you could use another tower if you instead of D-Class. I just use it because it's cheap. It's something cheap and we can use as like bait or a meat shield. And lightning bolt. I'm pretty sure you could use missile barrage. You could use dark singularity. You just want something that's going to be able to snipe those guys down. But that's the way that I found the easiest to farm out some tokens. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and take care.